Hi, guys. Here we are again for another amazing episode of the Poetry of Justice show with Jackie Ray Phillips and, of course, the amazing Lori G, the benefactor. How are you doing, sissy?
I am doing very good today.
Oh, my gosh. Do you want to do the honors?
I'm
speechless.
I do.
Okay, me too.
Right. So today, I have the privilege of sitting down for a very candid conversation with someone who's been very inspirational in the journey of the POJ show.
Yes.
You know that my sister's been at this for 9 years. I was a roadie for several of those years and became a personality on the show with our guest today, Mr. Lawrence P. Media. Woo! Lawrence is a creative, a filmmaker, an artist, a musician. It goes on and on and on. Fashion, all of that. But our paths crossed when we were really trying to get the show on its feet, have it get more legs. And he did a wonderful photo shoot and sizzle reel for us, right?
Yeah.
And I think we have shared that a gabillion times with individuals to talk about and manifest where we wanted the POJ show to go. And in that conversation, one of the things that we wanted was to have a video format for our podcast show. And we attribute, or I attribute, a lot of that to our wonderful guests that we have today. So it's an honor to have you here. Thank you so much, sir.
Hey,
we
it's an honor.
appreciate it.
It's an honor to sit here and be a part of that journey. Just to be a part of y'all journey. Yeah. Look at that. Look how big that is.
That's you.
It's just, I mean, you know, everything.
When did you know you had the it factor? At what age?
When my mom said do something constructive,
Okay.
we'll just keep it real simple. I was just always into something, and she was just like, just get out of the room, just do something constructive. So I don't know why that always stuck in my head. So that came to building stuff, or just beating on a table, or just doing something constructive. And so I've always been on that path of that, and that led through hip hop, and that led through obviously producing and filmmaking and content creating. So long as it's constructive and positive, that's probably where the path is going to always, as long as I stay on that path,
Yes.
I should be good.
Are you a California native?
Born in Chicago,
Really?
California native.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got Chicago in my blood. Definitely got family out there, half and half. Grandmothers, you know, both rest in peace, you know. We love our grandmothers. But I've been out here predominantly all my life. Yeah.
Okay, you were a little fella when you got here, huh?
Yeah, you know, I'm a Cali, you know. I'm a Cali dude. But, you know, most women can kind of tell I'm not out the mud. I don't know what it is. They can hear something in my voice, or I'm like, you're not really from here. I'm like, yeah, I was born in Chicago, but they was like, I could tell.
Yep,
You ain't a LA.
Right.
That's true.
That part.
That's
part
true.
right
Yeah.
there.
So that's a compliment, I guess.
It is definitely a compliment, I tend
Yeah.
to believe. What about you, Sissy?
Well, I am interested in sharing with our guests the many different facets of all of the things that you do, right? So I
Yes.
want to try to touch on all of those. But
Yes.
of those many things, do you have like a passion point? One of those that just really, really inspires you?
It's interesting. These are conversations I have with myself all the time. I like, am I a better rapper than producer, than editor, than love maker? I'll be trying to figure it out. And it's like water in a cup. It kind of like, it's like, oh, you kind of make love pretty good, but then you kind of make beats. So you kind of do pretty good for, like photography. So I love them all, kind of like kids. I love them all equally. I guess the one, and then there's basketball.
You do.
So I'm able to do that a little bit more frequently. You know what I mean? Because any other aspect, I have to deal with other people.
Right.
So it's they all make me smile. Like I can sit in the editing chair, and you know, your boy can definitely relate, and just edit for hours, just in my boxers, just like da 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 da. You know, you have to love something to be there that long. You know, so. I love that. I love producing a beat and you play it back and be like, oh, that's
Right.
or a song, or when you put a film together. So it's still that constructive thing. I love to be constructive and creative. So, but if you said if there was one, I'm gonna just say love making. I love creating passion. I think If you want to say if there's one I can pick, yeah. I could do on the island all day. It would be that. It would be that. That would be that. It would be that.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a nice love story.
That is. That's a beautiful love story.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So on this pathway, we are happy that the POJ show provides inspiration, as you know, and you've been on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone out there who's thinking about creating a particular dream, right? But there's a struggle as well as a reward. So when you decided that you were going to chart off on this path and to really commit yourself as an artist,
Mm-hmm.
what was some of your apprehensions and what were some of your inspirations?
Absolutely. I was a little bit of history. I was at Macy's for 10 years doing the corporate thing, the typical day job thing. And I remember a director, my man Reggie Gaskins, he's into film and directing. He would always come through like, hey man, I'm working on this film. You free Sunday? You free to, man, I gotta work, man. I can't. Oh, well, you know, So I was helping him pick out outfits for his films or whatever. And so at my 10-year mark, I called HR. I was like, yeah, my 10 years coming up. You know, I know I'm gonna get a lot of money. I'm gonna get this, da-da-da. And they was like, no, all you're gonna get is this cool Macy's pen, black and gold. And you're gonna get 25 points for this Macy's magazine. And you can pick out some like utensils and plates. And I was like, what about the money? Well, when you stay here 25 years,
25
then
years.
you get $100. And you can.
Oh.
I said 25 years. I said my legs already hurt, my knee hurt, my back hurt. I'm becoming a condescending like customer service. It was just I saw the path that I was on, and I was like, I don't want to become that person. And so from that point, once I hit that 10-year anniversary, I was like, that's dedication and loyalty to
In and of itself.
in and of itself. So that was a accomplishment. I was like, okay, so we need to just shift this up. So when I put in my 2 weeks notice,
Shocker.
yeah, when I put in that 2 weeks notice, that began the process of like, we really about to do this. We on the launch pad, and make sure I was working straight and they didn't pull any funny things.
Yeah,
like, how you
they
gonna fire me? I already turned into my 2-day notice. I mean, 2 week
Yeah,
notice, whatever. Yeah, so I did that, and I just knew that I had enough clientele base. I had enough resources throughout the years, cameras and drones and studio, and to really make it. And then plus what Macy's was paying, it's just like I can do a photo shoot and make that in one day compared to working at Macy's for a week. So it made sense number wise. And, I wasn't in a hoopla of debt. Wasn't married, didn't have kids, didn't have a girl. Like, you stupid, Phillips. So, those are factors that make you stay in your situation.
Right.
Very true.
And
Very
so,
true.
fortunately, I was able to just make this a decision between me, God, and faith in what I do and believing in what I can do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, I just told my peoples, I was like, look, I'm about to really be out there.
Right.
And, like, I think this is the best time to take advantage of me. So I'm more available than ever. And they was like, yeah, like, okay, yeah, well, just let us know. And so that kind of helped. And then that last day, they broke me off a little something. They're like, no, vacation pay. And I was like, oh, okay. And I got out of there. And it was like, since there, it's just like me, God, and faith and skills and talents and service and just stand on that path, though. You know what I mean? And that's the only covenant that's there. It's like, just stay on your path and you should be straight. Don't, don't be doing this extra. Just stay there, and people like Jackie Ray and Laura G, you're going to meet these people that will see that you love what you do and will just help you along the way, just down that stream, So, yeah, but it takes belief.
It does. It does. And faith in what you love and passion, because you realize I can't do that. You're right.
Yeah.
You realize that corporate thing, it's just a joke at the end of the day. But it sometimes
it's one, and I think the main thing was like, if you don't do, and this is the crazy one, if you don't do this, you are going to regret not doing it now. Now.
Yes.
And that's the one that stuck with me. Like, damn, I wish I would have left Macy's, or my job. You know what I mean? So people need to come to that fork in the road to where it's like, are you going to regret this, not pursuing your life, your dream, your passion? Or are you going to stay in a place that you don't want to go to every day? It's killing you inside every day. And the money's not worth it when you can be putting that effort towards your own thing. And live humbly.
Right.
Sometimes you ain't got to keep up with the Joneses. As long as
do you.
your business is handled and you're doing what you love, that's all I can really ask for.
It absolutely is.
Yeah. So yeah.
I love that story.
That's
Yeah.
truly a
But I love
blessing.
that, with the fashion though, a lot of fashion though.
Yeah.
You know, with Macy's, and
Yeah.
that's excitement. Did you ever go and visit the iconic in Macy's in New York?
I did not, but I did win best dressed employee for like 6 years
See
straight.
what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
wow.
that was one of the inspirations of
Right,
funny thing of trying to stay longer. I was like, oh, I do get to dress up fly. There's a lot of hot chicks in the mall because it was the Fox Hills Mall.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So listen to the reasons why I was like, you should stay.
Right,
Oh, it's hot
right.
chicks in the mall. You get to dress up. Those are not good reasons to stay. Those are not good reasons to stay. But
Those aren't life choices.
it wasn't enough to be like, you should stay till 25 years. Nah, it's not.
That's a long
Yeah.
time.
It's a long time.
That's a
It
big
is.
chunk of your life.
Yeah, it'll probably make my obituary.
That's
10 years at
beautiful.
Macy's. That's enough
thing.
loyalty for corporate America. It's enough.
I gave it
It's
way more
enough.
than that. So absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, you can relate.
So you
for sure.
decide at 10 years, you're out.
That's a great pivotal
You're-
moment in my life, especially, where I was at, age-wise, life-wise, situation-wise. If you don't get out now, it can only get more complicated. You can either have kids, get married, get a girlfriend, get into debt, and it just makes it like you can't leave.
Right.
Right.
Now
You're
it's
stuck.
foolish.
Right.
Now I'm stuck. So it was a great time, and I was still passionate about all these creative things and had creative people around, and it's been fun since then, humbly and fun at the same time.
I love that.
Yeah.
That humble power.
Got to.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. I can't keep up with the Joneses. I have to just, I'm cool.
And do me, stay in my lane.
Yeah,
And handle
What's
my
your
business.
favorite?
absolutely.
What's that?
If you're sleeping on the floor, you
Yeah.
can't fall out the
Yeah.
bed.
Can't fall out the bed. You're sleeping on the floor.
That's
Yes, direct from us, the spook who sat by the
Mhm.
door.
No, that's very true.
Yeah. Right.
Very true.
But I want to ask, I guess it's just so much, but let's, if it's okay, if we could go to the music artist person and releasing your work and things of that. What motivates you, like when you sit down to write? I mean, how do you compartmentalize all of the multi-talents, if you will? Let this be one sector.
Yeah.
of it.
Well, when it comes to the hip hop aspect, definitely it's something that I love. So any artist that's like listening or watching, you got to love this thing because you can't really get into it for the fame and the money because it's not, it should not be your fuel. Your fuel should be loving what you do. So, yeah, when I have to find inspiration within myself, especially in this day and age, the culture is not really inspiring at all. So I have to listen to old school music and really start to appreciate music in general more, jazz or opera or reggae, and just listen to the sounds. And so that's kind of what inspires me to create projects. Once I kind of feel like if I'm producing music and I produce a certain amount of beats that have a certain theme to it, then I'm like, okay, that can kind of be, could be a project. That can be something. So then now I'm really excited and it all makes sense.
Dive into it.
Yeah. Now it's fun, but that's all internal inspiration. It's not drug infused, alcohol infused, or trying to search for inspiration. It's just,
You let it flow.
yeah, you take time off, live life, learn, experience, and then come back and share it with the people.
Right.
Yeah. We need that time off as artists. We need time to live life
Right.
so we can talk about different things. Yeah.
And just kind of settle up and allow things to, and then you can recreate.
Yeah, I think you do have to become re-inspired.
Yeah.
And
Especially
I think life
nowadays.
and life's lessons,
Yeah.
they definitely contribute to that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Man. So I want to talk about something exciting. It's just me being dramatic, but we had an amazing event yesterday, right?
Man, amazing is an understatement. We was putting in work. I mean, like that was work. That felt like work. That felt like a job. She put me, I put her, we put each other to work.
Lord be like, "Dad, we gonna take a break. We taking a break in 15 minutes. We taking a break." I'm like, okay.
I said, but we missed 3
Then
interviews.
he go back and tell me, but we gotta go over there.
Yeah.
What we doing? We taking a break. We going over there.
going over
Right.
there?
We put in work, yo. My legs was tired. I was like, why am I sore from filming with Jackie? This is, yeah, I was in bed like, yo, like this is, and then she got me up in the morning. Like, I'm like, okay, I can't mess around in between time. I had a session last night and this morning, so I
See?
still.
You do what you love.
Yeah. As long as I'm in that mix, it's you staying out of trouble and you just in that feng shui. that shaka day, whatever that big word you said. Shaka day.
That was the charcuterie.
I was in my charcuterie all weekend.
We did have a blast this week.
But yeah, it's fun being a part of that, just being in that whirlwind of creativity and creating content.
What I love about our collaborations is that they're never scripted. That's the thing.
God-given talent.
Right, and we just run out there and we just do it. You be like, Jackie, do this, do that. Okay, let's go over there. Let's do this, do that. And it just kind of hits.
I said, Jackie, let's do the intro. Let me just get a mic check. She did the intro, and that was it. I was like, all right, we gonna keep that. It's just that you've been grown for it. It's nothing. Like me making a beat for artists, like on the spot. I come from artist development, so it's amazing to them. And I'm like, I do this. This is so with you, both of you guys, it's your demeanor. It doesn't take much. That's so right. This network, even if it's a big station, it's the same dynamic duo. It's like, okay, it's bigger lights, it's an audience. And
right,
and
right.
It ain't chipping your armor. So it's good to work with people that's that sharp. Yes. It makes my job way easier. I just got to keep you in frame, keep you in focus, because you're going to find it. You know what I mean?
We do. And every person's different. Each person that we interview, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their energy. Remember the one guy, he just said, give me the mic. I'm like, yeah, you have it. Go right on the river. He had a great time.
And you figured it out. You was like, okay,
now
give it back. Okay.
Yeah.
Not give it back.
That's my gift.
She said it with her aura. Okay, that.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, yeah. So she
Tell
got
everybody
it.
the name of the event.
Oh, yes. Huh? What was that? Okay, yes, ladies and gentlemen. We were at the Vendor Culture event sponsored by and for Made for Players Clothing Company. And as a shout out to Face, Wayne, and Big Flossie from Long Beach, California. So we were on ground, and it was a large festival, about 25 vendors or more. Would you say?
It was a lot.
A lot. And this was the first.
Yeah.
The very first ever. So as we do, we put it together and got on ground and went out there. We interviewed multiple people, like Lauren said, and it was really a great time to be a part of. It really felt like culture. You could feel the energy of
Black
the people.
Black and brown, just working cohesive. Yeah, I told my friend, I said it was it was a lot of OGs there, a lot of history there, but it was very peaceful. It wasn't no negative energy at all. At all. And that was a beautiful thing to see it in the heart of downtown. So I was impressed by that.
Yeah, that's true. That's
great.
I just say, so that's just another one of your brilliance. So it's sort of like, not sort of like, it's just, you just create as you go.
Yeah, that's one content on the go-go. That's capturing content. So that's like one of those hats to where when you do get a call, because that's what I learned in LA. When you do, I can get a call from that, and then tomorrow I get a call like, "Hey, can you do boom for this film?" And it's like, "Yep." You know what I mean? So I got the resources to accept these calls and sustain whatever level of humble life I'm living, and that's really what it's about in LA. Just be ready. So you ain't got to get ready. So spend your money on things that are resourceful to other people, not just myself.
Right.
So everything I have is really for anybody that I deal with, whether it be recording studios, whether it be drones, photography, content, editing, production. It's a servitude type of lifestyle.
Yes.
So I learned
that's very important.
Yeah.
Right. Is that just what you said there, a servitude type of lifestyle.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think one thing that makes the work you do, in my opinion, very powerful is that you're so easy to work with.
Yeah.
Right? I remember the event we did with Evelyn Champagne King and all of those folks.
That was fun.
And we didn't
So
know
much fun.
what direction we were going to go. We were supposed to have a space. We didn't, all these other things.
Yeah.
But it's just that whatever it was, however we had to flow and bend and shift to deal with this personality or that personality, you were very amenable to that.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a difference.
Yeah, that's
terms
kind
of
of like
the work you do.
Because not every person has that ability to adapt and be cohesive with their clients, and because at the end of the day, is we have a goal,
Right.
like especially if I'm doing a promo video, it's like at the end of the day, we got to get what we need to get, and I'm gonna make sure we get it. You know what I mean? Make sure the quality is there, and it gets crazy. That was a very, Miss Chalet was there, Evan King was there. We was in the club, it was loud, and I'm trying to get B.
We're outside, Bishop Don Juan, all kind of stuff.
And she's doing her interview. I'm like, it's a lot going on, but I know what I need to get. So I got to kind of put on my director's hat and be like, okay, we need to get some interviews just for the look, because I'm already thinking editing. And so, and she's just like, okay, well, what do I need to be? Okay, hey, we're here with Bishop Don. We're here with Miss Chalet. I'm like, she gonna do it. So I never worry about her abilities, and she never has to worry about, and that's how it works.
Yes, I know. It's so much fun.
Yeah, fun.
I'm ready for the next event. But we got a lot of upcoming stuff going on.
That's what I heard. This year should be really.
This is it.
Keep me in the loop.
Michael Jackson. This is it. Now, I'm not saying I'm about to kick the bucket or nothing like that, like Mike and go home and get some propofol. No, I'm not doing that. I love Mike. That's my homie. But it's like you said, the time is now.
Oh, man.
This is the time.
If not, when?
Right? On the real. It's like you got to do it. I mean, you don't got to, but if you want to move forward,
the span of life is short.
Oh, yeah.
You got to tell people my age. That's part of
No, I'm just saying. I mean, we don't know. I mean, you could be 11, but the span of, it's short. And you really, I agree with you that you have to, fortify yourself with those things that bring you passion.
Yeah. It's so important because not everything is for financial gain. No. You know what I mean? No. And that's very important. So if you're money driven and then service driven behind it, you wear it on your sleeve, and it's like a stench. It's just like, you kind of want to do this just because. Right. I mean, or whatever. And sometimes you got to be about your business because your time is your money, but there's a balance, you know what I mean? But I love doing what I do and what I've done with you and other people that I work with. So that love is very important. It's I can't really describe it. It's like either you have it or you don't. Right. Especially in like photography, it's like, you have to really be in for the art, you know what I mean? And then everything else is afterwards, you know what I mean? So, and clients can feel that. Yes. They can really feel that. And so I'm very aware of that and not just staying on that path. Like, love what you do, bro, because the clients will come. If you love what you do, they will come. And especially if you're elite at it, oh yeah, your phone's going to be very wet.
And I think a lot of it is networking, right? It's like you work with this particular individual and they have a great experience and they refer you to the next individual and it kind of grows from there.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of my stuff is predominantly referrals. It's not really like in public domain like that. So that's very important until things are really just too busy to where it's like, hey, Jackie, I'm not gonna be able to make it, but my boy Clyde is equivalent, and I wouldn't send anybody out there and you're like, okay, Lawrence, and he comes out and does a phenomenal job, and so I'm treating my business like Domino's Pizza, and that's the goal. I mean, because if you think about it, financial freedom is really just kind of maybe managing your business, and people are doing your level of work or beyond, and you're just facilitating. Yeah. And then the best case scenario is you just like, how much I made today? Right. 303,000. That's not bad.
Yeah. Right. Why you sleeping?
Why you sleeping?
Right. The money's just TikTok.
Yeah. So
imagine money rolling in like TikTok.
Yeah, I need to figure that out. Absolutely.
Yeah, residuals is the way. Residuals is the way.
I'm interested in your thought on, so we've had this whole big rush, and you've been in the industry for a good amount of time, where this whole content creation, influencers, all of the social media platform. Yeah. What are your thoughts and opinions about careers in content creation and influencers and social media in general?
For women or for men? Because it's different.
Let's talk about each.
For women, they have to be careful because sex work is sex work. Let's just keep it real. There's a lot of platforms that allow women to use their body and their beauty for financial gain. And they have to realize that once you jump over that fence, you can never really jump back, you know what I mean? And so, not judging anybody, but it's just something they have to really be mindful of the future and the path that they laid to get to where they are. So, but I just noticed for women, it's a lot of opportunities to solicit themselves in very, erogenous ways, So for men, it's like you have to be careful with how you put your opinion out there, because that's also your social media stamp as well. If you're very derogative towards women or saying this and that, it's like you got to kind of live by that. Like you're becoming this thing and you don't even know. So if you do get invited to do a podcast, you got to kind of stand on it, because that's what you're getting invited for. And so you're really saying that it's over for women. It's just like, oh, that's not how I feel. It's like, well, no, your social media says something else. So let's talk about it.
Right.
So so men have to be very mindful of their opinions.
Okay.
Women have to be very mindful of how they solicit themselves.
Right.
But in regards of making a living off of social media, it's the best time to do it. You can sell product. You can sell your own stuff.
Right.
If you have that marketing twist to it, because we all have ideas and product, but we're missing the marketing.
Okay.
And that's why we're all out there shooting darts at the board and missing. It's marketing. Yeah.
How can we build that for the people? We need to start bringing in some marketing people or
Absolutely.
some good marketing gurus.
Absolutely. That's the cheat code. It costs, but it should cost, because that's the difference between those who have ideas and those who got their ideas to launch off. And that's that's never been my forte. I've been always the creative, constructive dude. So marketing is like, okay, what should we do? I got the product. What do you want to do? We should do what? Okay.
Yeah, I know.
So I would love to add that to my forte, but I think I would have to bring in the cat or department and be like, okay, we got all this content.
Correct.
This is what he's gonna do with it, and
Let him run.
Yeah. But
What's the turning on that one?
yeah,
I think it's this.
like even with you guys, guys should have a marketing team.
I know.
It's not even like a second thought.
It is.
I know.
I know she can only do so much.
I know. That's the
True.
thing.
Yeah,
She's
because you're
excellent.
the face. You're behind the scenes moving the levers, but at the end of the day, you need a marketing so y'all can chill and let them do what they do, because we're not good at marketing. We're the face.
I know.
Like, yeah, so
I gotta say it. Okay.
but it costs money. So if you don't invest in that, it's kind of saying I'm not that serious.
Right.
It's really black and white. Even with
Right.
the music, it's like I can have a song
fine.
that's like, for instance, my song Black Excellence is doing very well. Like, I mean, Taraji P. Henson is like streaming it.
Yay.
They're all connecting to the song, but they're not connecting it with the artist Spontaneous Worldwide. So, and that's on my part. It's like, if any song you want to put ads and invest into it, this is the song.
Right.
Because it's doing what it's doing, whether I'm here on earth or not.
That's right. That's
Like,
so
for real,
beautiful.
in
I
a
know
real way.
that's what is so amazing about music.
Yeah, so it's like at some point it's just like, so why aren't you putting money behind this? It's kind of growing like, because $20 a day, man. It's like I guess you're not serious about this song growing legs. You can help it. That's why they have ads, because they work. Think about it.
That's true. They work.
Even from retail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why there's commercials, because they reach people that you can't reach because you stay in LA or Compton. These reach people in Florida and Miami. So so that to me, and it's even a reflection on myself, it's like when someone is not adding the marketing aspect to anything that they do, you're not that serious.
Okay.
Because you got the money.
Yeah.
You can buy this and get your nails done and get the and buy a new car and get some new Jordans, but you don't want to spend $100 a month on marketing the thing that you want to make a living off of. It's not making sense. So yeah, we'll end it there.
Those ground roots, I tell you. But then
Yeah.
you grow up and then you have sprouts and then you have an empire.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You do. I'm just saying, you got to speak it.
I do. I agree. You speak it into existence.
Yeah.
We have an empire now. Look at where we've come. Right?
Very,
so far,
yeah.
we've come. So far, God is good.
I'm interested in your
Very
new
good.
song.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it, the inspiration, how we
Okay.
can hear it, all of
We
that.
got I have a new project called King and the Boom Bap, which is like a 25-year kind of commemorative retrospective release of when I first came into the game, and was just backpack rap, boom bap, crowd response stuff. So I just kind of got back to that root, and 25 years later, and called the King of the Boom Bap, and I was selling it for $25 just in retrospect to the years or whatever, and released it on the 25th, 2025. So I just ran with the 25 thing, because at the end of the day, if someone supports the album for $25, the amount of streams that it would take to make that is just ridiculous. You'd have to listen to the song like 250,000 times. It's something outlandish, yeah. So it's just really like a homage project, and it's almost like only a few people can really do that type of music, and be authentic to it. You know what I mean? So Boom Bap is just kind of like, hey, need to knock on the front door, send the bounce on the door to get door. So it's like that, like that traditional Boom Bap stuff. And so I did that. and it's doing pretty well. It's doing well more because it's not on streaming platforms, so it's owned entirely by me. So you have to get it directly from me at Spontaneous Worldwide Music on Instagram. Shameless plug. That's where you can get it. But it's something about retaining ownership and doing whatever you want to do with that album, manipulating it. I add songs to it, so it's a breathing album that we can do this. I can add this podcast to the end of the album. You know what I mean? So it grows like an amoeba.
Have you ever sold any of your work to mainstream?
Well,
if you will?
the most mainstream thing was my first release through Good Vibe in 2000. That was probably the first original like label campaign tour with Slum Village, Bahamadia, and like Mos Def and all that stuff. So that was through all the chambers, like the Warehouse, Tower Records, when they was really doing that. So that was like the first time I felt like a mainstream artist on tour, and the funny thing is like that's kind of like where my spirit should be. I should be on tour. Yes. That's like so all this stuff that I'm doing now is just like downtime stuff. But it's really about getting on the road and performing, and
Jacqueline being the opening for his shows, letting everyone know how amazing you are.
Absolutely, with that voice, with that voice. Too. Yeah.
And then we have the after hours, 900 show.
There will definitely be an after hour. Yeah,
After hours.
definitely. But yeah, that was the first official release. You know what I mean? That was like corporate, if you want to say, in stores and stuff. Yeah.
That's so
fun.
cool, huh, Lori?
That is.
Fun.
So that leads me to thinking, which I think folks should know about, but we don't often think about because we get so excited about the project and about the energy and about the ability to be expressive through our art and our work, right? But there's a real entrepreneurial business side to this, right? How did you reconcile that? And what advice do you have for young creatives to make sure that they're stepping into that entrepreneurial journey?
Well, luckily, when I was younger, I always had industry books around. So even when I did my deal, I was very savvy and very aware of some of the terminologies. Like some artists nowadays don't even know what perpetual means. You know what I mean? Or royalties and mechanicals and publishing and sync licenses. So I was already savvy on that. Not saying I was professional, but when I did get my contract, I was questioning things. Maybe we should do this and mentioning publishing in my deal, which I felt was an invested interest for the label. Like say if it was Poetic Justice label. Okay, great deal. You guys want to talk about publishing? Because if we talk publishing, you have more an invested interest in the project. You might want to do more for it so that we can get money for movies and tour. And so you like, yeah, let's talk about that. Okay. Right. And so talking about that kind of gave me a little bit of extra life expansion on the label because they saw that, we are invested outside of just the artist. We got publishing involved. So, but I would say for artists, just always study the game that you're in. It's okay to learn about the game that you're in. It's no reason for you to be like, I don't want to know all that business stuff. That doesn't make sense. Even if you have a lawyer and this and that, just stay sharp.
Engaged,
and just know about the terminology. Because, most of the time we'll be in meetings like,
Right.
Yeah, 360
really not
deal.
grooving it, right.
You're like, yeah, I heard about 360. That's a great thing. Yeah, okay, sign here. Okay, how much money are we getting? And that's where the love and the money gets weird because you're so in it for the money. Where's the paperwork? Let's just, okay. And you don't know what you're signing. And now what you love to do is now a job.
Right.
And if you don't do it, you're trapped in this contract for the rest of your creative career.
Right.
And at this point in a lot of artists' life, that's not the right move. All we have right now is our creativity and an outlet to put it out. Yes. And that's a beauty.
That's, right.
So they want to retain that. Just keep that in mind. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Could you imagine? Absolutely. Well, that happens to many artists.
Yeah. This is not the time to be trapped in contractual stuff. This is not the time. This is the most freedom artists have had and ever.
We feel the social media aspect has allowed that to grow so abundantly.
Social media is at the bulk of it. It's a great thing. It's the only marketing tool that we're good at. But it takes more than just posting that you got a new song out.
Right.
And here's the funny thing: even like with a lot of artists that I deal with, they're frustrated, they're uninspired. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's your fault because you stop trying to get new fans. You stop going outside. You stop promoting yourself. You stop trying to get followers from real people. Meet people. So you think you could just post, I got a new song, it's hot, it's fire. It's not connecting to people. You need to go to clubs. You need to go to these events. Like, yeah, my name is Spontaneous Worldwide. You know, I'm the only one out here doing this boom bap, da-da-da, and this and that. You should. And they kind of fall, because now these people are falling for you compared to the music. But so I think people have stopped connecting with people, and they grow frustrated when their fan base is not growing. And you can't rely on your peers, associate, friends, or family. That's when you first started. That's what they were for.
Right.
Now it's like you need fans.
Right. People that
never
really,
stop pursuing new fans. Never get comfortable.
Nope. Can't stop.
Yeah, it's gonna make you want to stop. It's gonna make you want to quit, especially if you don't love it. Especially if you don't love it and you ain't got fit. Like, my profile is raw and it's real. And it's a very humble, but I love what I do. And sometimes things happen in the most unusual way. I get picked up on tour. I'm like, damn, Jackie, I'm on tour with Karis One.
He gone.
I'm
on there with you. I know what you're talking about. We on the road.
Yeah.
Laura, you coming too? I'm sorry.
I'll be running behind. Keep it up.
Yeah, of course, have some nice ladies on tour. Gotta have some.
Spontaneous Worldwide. Let's talk about that name.
Okay.
As an artist, how did that develop and conceive?
Okay, so the name before that was Stupid. I called myself Stupid, Stoopid. I was that. This is during the demo days.
Okay.
And then I was going through the dictionary. I was like sporadic, specific, spontaneous. It was like natural origin, natural ability, naturally, just a lot of natural stuff. I was like, that's dope. Went to, my job. I was like, yo, guess what my new name is? It's Spontaneous. He's like, yo, that's so hard. It's like life. It's like blinking. It's like you don't know what's going to happen. So that was my original name. Then I added Worldwide to it because, 2 reasons. That was the name of my first demo that I got signed off of. And just Worldwide because it's more global for anybody that's trying to use that name. It's just like I got you. Cloak the whole planet. I'm Spontaneous Worldwide. Everybody else is whatever y'all want to be. And so it's I think it might be the longest rap name in recorded hip hop history. Because I'm kind of on that historical thing. Like when I first got into the digital platform, instead of just putting out songs, I just dropped 20 albums in one day. I said, if I'm gonna make a splash, I'm about to make history myself. And so I did that, and then the next year I was like, all right, let me drop 22 singles in one day. So it was like 2020, 20 albums, then 2022, 22 singles. And then, so I just kind of stuck with, like, if you're going to drop and kind of stand out historically, you got to do it differently. Because, it's like the stars in the sky. I'm just another artist, but... artists ain't about to drop 20 albums in one day. It's ridiculous. Right. It's ridiculous. Like, and they're timeless songs. You can't, they don't sound like, 1979. Like, it's me on 20 albums. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing, Sissy?
That's
what I'm
truly
saying.
Amazing.
That brilliance and genius.
Yeah.
So, I want to say genius is what
it's fun. And it's fun. So that's very important.
And living your passion is very important. It took me forever to kind of figure that out. It seems like, but at least once you know.
Yeah, it takes a while. It takes, but when you groom, it just becomes natural. So it's not. You don't worry about it. It becomes instinctive and involuntary. So when you get in situations, it's just like this is not shocking or this is beautiful. I feel like I'm in my studio because I have the kind of same setup. So but being interviewed about it is very retrospective. So me looking back at this is just like, oh, listen to myself like, okay, you kind of love what you do. It's kind of rating. He loves what he does. And that's dope. So when you're good at what you do, it's natural. When you're elite at what you do, then I think the clients start coming out of everywhere. So I'm trying to get to that elite level to where it's just undeniable. This is the guy to call. Yeah. And it's kind of like that a little bit, but not a little bit more would be, my phone can ring a little bit.
It's going to ring a little bit.
It is, definitely.
A little bit more, but, we grinding.
Yeah. Never stop.
Never stop. No way.
I know, right?
No
What would be
way.
the point? You know,
I
You
mean,
stopped,
after
you
that,
did.
it's,
right? That's it.
I mean, keep it black and white.
Right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We not intended for the regular life.
No.
We not.
No.
No.
You just know. When you realize it, it'd be like, okay. Because it's too much down there.
Like Jackie, like a regular Jackie, I just couldn't imagine it.
Not a regular jacket.
It's like, wait a minute, why are you working at the crosswalk for the school? Like
no,
this,
it's like, yeah.
she all dressed up fast. Like this ain't for you. This ain't for you. You stop,
Right.
stop. Jackie,
I
come get in the car.
Yeah, let's
It's
go.
like,
Let's
no.
go. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Lori G just business side. She
You
should
know
already
her.
had 300
The
million in her
benefactor.
account.
I know.
I should, right?
She
What
been
am I
looked like
doing?
she had the bag.
Boss
Like,
lady.
come on.
Right. I got the image.
I love that. Topic,
Yes.
By the way, absolutely.
Working on it. 300,000 is coming.
Yeah. But you gotta, you gotta see it to believe it. So,
Yeah.
there is a person. I'm chasing the future me all the time. Like, who am I? The epitome of who I want to be. How does it look? I always think like that. A lot of the times, if I was to meet myself, what kind of car am I stepping out of? Who am I with? And that's very interesting when it comes to like introspecting and figuring out where you are in life. Like, who is the person that you would, the best you that you would want to meet, and how does it look? Does it look like you? The same person? Like, damn, maybe I'm already there. I just need more money or whatever.
Right.
But it's really interesting, especially if you're venturing off your path.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, you need to kind of get back in
Back
there
in the
to
lane.
align with the person you're trying to connect with.
Yes.
So
And I think that's the fact, because sometimes when you do allow that, it's such a natural process. Like you're saying, spontaneous. It's natural. It's
yeah,
organic, and
Yeah.
you don't have to like look for it.
yeah,
Because when you do that, you're like, that's fake. That's not.
yeah. Like a facade, or if I
Right.
was here with like a gimmicky dreadlock thing, it's just like, I get it, you doing the gimmick, I get it, but it would be doper to get it organically.
Right.
You know what I mean? It would be, you guys can be dressed in a bunny and a moose costume. That could be your show. It's like,
Right.
okay, I'm still here, but I get it. But I think y'all could have kind of got it being y'all.
Yeah, just being normal.
Just being fly, just two fly sisters. So, I'm always cheering y'all on. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like we at home. Like,
We
Absolutely
are.
are.
Kidding me
We
right now?
are.
Definitely,
Yeah.
we can't do nothing without you, Lawrence, on certain things. But it's a lot in the works. Movies coming up, and
yeah.
we're gonna be doing this movie thing. We're gonna be doing this movie thing, Lawrence. I told Lawrence about the Get Down.
You did.
Yes,
Yeah, she didn't tell me too much. You don't want to let too much of
Yeah,
the cat out the
right.
bag.
we
But,
ready.
We are.
How you say? You stay ready.
Yes, you have to stay ready.
You have
Yeah.
to stay ready.
Ready and relevant, right?
Mm,
It's important.
And
yeah.
consistency, but we just go with it. Go with the flow.
yeah. And
And
it's a
see
part
what
of your
it is.
destiny. It's just like this. It's a part
Yeah.
of your path, and nobody can stop the things in your path. That's what I learned.
Right.
Is that if it's meant for you, it's even like if you being a young lady, right? Like, as guys, we get rejected all the time. But when we don't get rejected, it's like, today's my day. It's like, hey, like me, and this is Lawrence, nice to meet you. Oh, it was wonderful meeting you. Like, what are you doing after 8? Oh, shit, I'm trying to. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Well, let me drop my groceries off. So some days it'd be your day. You didn't do anything different.
Right. You're the same person. Right.
Same.
Right.
It might even be the same outfit because you went to the grocery store.
Right.
Same sweat. It's like,
Correct.
so I just take that in consideration with everything in life. Like, some things you just got to be ready though. Gotta be ready. And love what you do, and it's like the universal law. It's just things are trying to get to us, and we do a lot of things that kind of prevent it, like straying off your path. But when you open up and you do things like this, and it radiates with certain people, things are trying to come to you, and you just got to be ready when it do. Because my life is strictly texts and phone calls that's changing
Yes.
my life. You know what I mean? Seriously. Like, I mean, yours was kind of well, I think I tapped it. Either way, it was like we haven't really like been on a day to day. But when we get back in the loop, it's like, damn, nothing.
It's just like nothing changed.
Yeah, and that's a sign. You already know. You guys know that's a great sign of
It is.
a great friendship, a great bond that we can't control. I don't know.
The universe
just-
did it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because we do drive you crazy. I know that, but it's okay.
Our whole team drives.
I know.
It's all good time. Like, every time is a good time. The Linwood thing was crazy.
I know.
I mean, then hearing backstories, it's like,
Oh my God.
It's almost like a reality show.
Right?
Yeah.
It's almost like a reality show.
Really? And we just got to get somebody else to film us other than you. You
Yeah.
say in our shows.
Absolutely.
We'll find it. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
that's the only thing.
That's the only thing.
I think you guys are worthy of a reality show, especially Jackie. Because I'm
Definitely.
like, what does she do in the morning? Like, what
What
does
that
she get
fool
up?
doing?
Does she? You're like, you don't want to know what I do in the morning.
Oh my God.
But it's just interesting. Like people do want to see,
Yeah.
what's really going
New
on in people's
stuff.
life.
Yeah, ordinary that wouldn't, but again, we got a lot of new platforms now, and you're right. It's
Yeah.
a shame not to utilize them all. We have the talent.
Yeah.
The Lord blesses each and every one of us with our gifts and our talents. And then it becomes our I don't even want to say job anymore, but it becomes your mission or
Yeah.
journey
Absolutely.
to fulfill them.
Absolutely.
At least give it a shot. Because sometimes I'm not gonna front. It's scary. I don't want to use that word scary. At first,
It's
if you allow
exciting.
your mind to think
Yeah.
that, then you're like, okay, you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's just see
Yeah.
where this is gonna go. Let me just let it go and let God and roll with it. And
Yeah. Even like before you
Yes.
perform, when you're doing something you love, it's not the butterflies are exciting because you care about what you're doing. I dread for the day you don't get butterflies.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's like you don't care what happens. You know what I mean? This still gives me butterflies even though I'm familiar with the
Yeah.
scene, but it's like I still, love communicating and resonating with people that are coming up because I'm mindful of all the eyeballs that are out there.
Yeah.
People that are in my position, above my position, be like, oh, that young man got potential. Or the people that's like,
Want to be like Little Man yesterday.
oh, Little Man was my littlest. That was so beautiful. That was like the
What
highlight.
happened?
You right?
And the funny thing is that little thing might inspire him to get a little camera, little thing, and that was so beautiful.
That's
That was just so beautiful. Like for me to be at that top of inspiration at that age, I think he was like 8 or something.
And he was fascinated by your work.
He was just fascinated. I was like, I'm gonna fire you. You're fired.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna hire you again. That was a good job. And then at the very end, as I was walking off, I just gave him a heart. I was like, hey man, you did a great job, man. I said, if you really want to be a photographer, man, like, research it, go on YouTube and see how you could. He's like, okay. I mean, it's really a tearjerker. I'm
I
like,
was like, look at this big. I mean, he just came up to us, didn't he? He just
Yeah.
came up to us
yeah.
and just was like, I want to be with you guys. Can I come with you guys? And people was like, the Lord's like, when did you become
Yeah.
the babysitter? I'm like, this is it.
Oh, wow.
Remember, we
I
just
thought-
was rolling with it. You thought
Oh,
I knew
wow.
the kid?
Stop it.
I don't know that kid like that. I didn't know the kid. He just came up. Lord, I guess you thought I didn't know that
What?
little kid. Never met him in our life.
He ran off with the bag and the
Remember that?
camera. We
Yeah.
was like, hold up, time out. Find the kid. She's like, where's my hat? I was like, where's my camera? We was like,
Me and Lawrence was out there, go find that little boy. We went
yeah,
but
yeah.
it was a good time.
oh, it was a great
I
time.
know, but it was funny. Lord, yeah, he
time.
did. He just came on out. He was with us,
Yeah.
shucks.
Yeah.
Half the part of the day, the rest
Yeah.
half of the whole get down.
Well, he was doing an internship.
Oh, absolutely. And that inspiration goes a
Yeah,
long, long way. That impact was positive. It was, and that's how that love starts. It starts from that event. He's like, yeah, when he gets older, I remember I was helping this cool guy out with his camera and I took some cool pictures and that's dope. And he might meet me when I'm 70. Like, hey, man, what's up, man? Yeah, man. And I'm like, okay. So we got to be mindful of that. Even with you guys' podcast, people need to know your history and all that stuff because we can't assume that people know our struggle, our story.
Absolutely.
Because you guys have an amazing story. Even like I'm trying to do a documentary on my situation called Pure Determination.
Wow.
Which is kind of
That's great.
ambiguous of like I made it because what is that what does that really mean? But at the end of the day, it's always been pure determination to get to where I'm trying to get. And I think that journey can be inspiring to anybody.
Yes.
Just stand true to what you love till the wheels fall off.
Man.
That's all
They
I can
get
put.
rickety a few times, but then you do get new rims sometimes.
Not new rims.
I don't know. I just know that there is no other
And
option.
then it get rickety, you be like, oh.
Sometimes you just drive with the wheels off.
But I think, like you said, it's pure determination,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
That you keep going and you keep reinventing yourself.
Right.
Very
I think
important.
that is
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
That you're courageous enough to wake up and reinvent yourself,
Yeah.
right? And that you give yourself the opportunity to say, oh, this path isn't leading me where I thought it was going to, but that you have the courage to alter that path.
And then think about what is discouraging you, your friends, your peers. Oh, girl, you shouldn't get into real estate. Why?
Right.
You don't know nothing about it. It's always compared to like,
naysayer.
give me some links that I can do some training. It's weird how people encourage you or just kind of want you to be where you are, and when you level up, it's this weird resentment. So I've seen people fall out of love with hip hop, and I know what it looks like, and it's terrifying because hip hop is so embedded in your DNA.
Yeah.
Once you unplug, which is a spiritual thing, you become detached from your identity and who and how hip hop made you who you are. That trying to get back in is kind of like the sock. It's there. You just holding
messed it up.
Yeah, you in the club where they playing and you don't even feel it. And you know, life be lifing. Life be lifing. Kids, marriage, divorce, breakups. I get it. Whose fault is it?
Right.
This is where the train stopped.
But that's the journey.
Yeah, your journey.
I mean, that's the journey. Is that life be life?
It be lifing.
Because that things are gonna happen.
Yeah,
they're gonna happen because it is this thing called life.
Yeah,
and we don't know where it's gonna end up. But I think sometimes we're so busy looking forward to where the end stop is that you don't experience the journey and getting there.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And I think experiencing that journey infuses where the next stop will be.
Yeah. Appreciating the process it's the sooner you learn to enjoy the process, the more pleasant the journey is. You know, because once you get there, I'll give you a very interesting analogy. When I go play basketball, I always think, what am I playing for? You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, I want to play to make every shot that I make. Right. So one day I played and I made every shot that I made, like 11 for 11.
Right.
And so I was looking, because I tape it or whatever, and I'm looking back and I'm like, okay, so I achieved that. How do I feel? Like, this is okay. So I didn't think, what do I feel? Like, do I feel like I'm Jordan now? Let me go try out for the Clippers. But it shows you that the chase, trying to shoot perfect, that's the fun part. I'm still having fun. But when you hit that goal, it's like, so what now? What
What's the next
now?
one?
I'm on top of Mount Everest. So now what? It's all downhill. So I just learned that just appreciate the fact that you're able to play. That you're having fun. It's a fellowship. It's competitive. Your blood is going. It's good. You know, it's healthy. But you do have an unreachable goal. Like making all your shots it just doesn't happen. But it's good to chase that. So just with the podcast, it's like, you can do a network show, Jimmy Fallon level, movies. It's like the pursuit is what is exciting. Reinventing yourself is exciting. We don't, because like you said, once you stop, I've reached all my goals in life. It's like, so now what? I guess get ready to die. Let me make sure my casket's nice.
Don't like that.
Yeah, so it's like, just I like to reinvent yourself and having that anxiety of, this is new territory that I have to conquer and try to perfect on my level. So
Is that passion, that fire, that the nervous energy, but the central nervous system got you like.
I think it's the rock to the stick. It's trying to spark, like, is real estate my thing? Let me me in the suit trying to sell houses. Okay, maybe it's not. It's too much work. Maybe it ain't really in me like that.
You gotta meet weirdos, but they try to get you.
But I think it's the curiosity, right? You're curious to know if that is your niche, right? Are you just curious to learn about what is the real estate game, right?
Yeah.
Right?
It starts with curiosity.
It starts with that curiosity to be willing to begin to explore that. And then the permission to say, not so much.
Yeah.
Right? Or, oh, yeah, that was exciting, but, right? You can alter it and shift and do some other things.
Yeah. It's just finding that love. We can try anything we want, but do you kind of enjoy it? Do you love it? Is it a passion? You know what I mean? Like, I would love to box, but I don't think I have a passion for getting my face punched.
That's what I'm saying. You can't hit people in the face.
I'm good on that. I don't know. I could try it. Lori G said, "Reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
You might be the next Mayweather."
Hey,
Right.
you might be.
I don't want.
No,
I
I
don't.
don't think you one of these people.
I don't want to get punched in my face.
Yeah. No.
No, I don't. I really don't.
But some people do.
Absolutely, I love Mike
That's the
Tyson.
thing.
Like for instance, like I don't know if you guys seen it. They have a competition where people just slap
I saw that.
themselves.
Yes.
I just can't wrap my
I
hands
wouldn't
around that. And they got women doing it.
They do.
It's insane. They love that.
Mhm.
You know.
They just
mean, that's good.
slap each other. They fall on the ground and
Ha ha.
Yeah. They.
I don't like no.
yeah.
Don't like it. Don't like getting hit. No.
You
There's
don't
something
like
for
it.
everyone.
You gotta like it. You gotta like it. You gotta actually like it.
Yeah. You
But
think I will? You think?
you I don't think you should get slapped.
Okay, I
Your
was like,
face. We need your
what?
face.
Yes.
We need your
No,
face.
let's do
Now,
it.
Lori G might be into slapping and
I
smacking
He
it.
likes
I
slapping
don't
people.
know.
He's so wild.
Wild. So wild.
Nah.
But so we don't know. The thing is, we've just got to follow you. We've got to let everyone know your IG and how they
Yeah.
can get you because you are spontaneous, and so
You
therefore
are.
people have
And
to
so
follow
busy.
you. to
Yeah, I
know
try
what's
to
next.
stay. I try to stay out of people's way and in the way at the same time.
Yeah.
You know. You can catch me on IG at Spontaneous Worldwide Music. You can catch me on my website, spontaneousworldwide.com. My personal is Lawrence P Media, which is just me just voicing my opinion and inspiration on just life. But yeah, just catch me just
can-
at a next
yeah.
network event, whatever. Yeah.
POJ show, we connected. So
Yeah.
if you need him, you can hit us up and
Yeah.
get
If you
the
need
connections
if you
in.
need drone work or beats, if you need photography or some verses, like it's just all
There's so
kind-
much. We got to go to the studio. We're back.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the studio now. We got to go back to the drawing board. Now we got to write. We need
Yeah.
to start writing our stuff,
Yeah, that's fun.
which is great. We're ready, Lori. I'm locked out. Are you locked in?
Locked in.
Are you my friend?
Mm-hmm.
We
Stay
always
out
like
this way.
that. It's an honor to be here. I love the leveling up. The set is beautiful. I love it. I love it.
I wanted to make sure you had something nice to come to, huh, sis?
No.
Absolutely.
Lori G, you know how she does it. She loves it.
Yeah.
I love it.
What you got to
I
tell
appreciate
us?
it.
Get ready to roll up, sis.
I know. Our time together went so very quickly.
Oh wow.
didn't
Oh
it?
wow. Wow. Time flies when
It
you
does.
love what you
Feeling
do.
good.
When you love what you do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's so much more. It's
This is
we
it.
can do this for
Beginning.
like 5 hours. We really could. Like
Yeah.
we really could, but we're not.
I know, not today.
Not today.
But Lawrence always has these nuggets of wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
right? Great advice. So let's close out with a
Okay.
couple of nuggets
yeah.
of wisdom for inspiration. Because when I look at you, I'm completely inspired.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
So
means a lot.
what words of wisdom would you have for our listeners today?
I would say if I can just put it in one sentence, it's find your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Find it. Everybody finds it in at their pace,
Mm-hmm.
but that's really what life is about. Find something that gives you purpose. So when you wake up, it's just this underlining
Mhm.
engine that's roaring inside of you, even if you're
Mhm.
working or doing the job that you don't like. That passion and that
Right.
purpose is still in you. And that's what life is about, whether it be to be a great mom or to be an airplane pilot or a basketball player. Purpose gives everything perspective
Okay.
Mhm.
in your life, and people that come in contact with you, they can help with your purpose or hinder your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, and hopefully that purpose is positive.
Yes. Right.
You don't want to be the greatest drug dealer in the world, you know? But to each his own. There's always
Right,
balance.
yeah,
But yeah, you just that purpose, find it. And to be honest, just even like working with the kid and even doing some nonprofits that I work with, I find that what tickles my heart and bring me the most joy is that it's a mentoring, showing
Pouring love.
the youth what, and they get that sparkle in their eye. It's like that's
Everything.
so priceless. No money could give you that in
Nope.
your heart.
Yep.
And so like that kid, that was
Yep.
like the highlight of the day. Like, so
Absolutely.
I find that no matter where I go, I still want to be attached to giving. I got so much in me to give.
Yes,
And
you
I
do.
think that's the best feeling
And
is
you do it so
giving.
freely.
Yeah. It's giving is way more better than receiving.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully people get to a point in their life, because in some point, half of our life, we're taking, that you get to retrospect and start giving.
Yeah.
And that's a great place to be at. It's a great place to be.
It absolutely
Yeah.
is. Well, guys,
Yeah.
I think we did it.
We did.
It's
2
another
hours
one.
on the spot.
I know we did another
Fresh.
show.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
Lauren.
for having me, man. This is dope.
All right.
Where's the after party?
Right,
Hey.
we're going to do it. That's it.
On our way.
Thanks so much, guys.
Great show.